it's Roshni. I'm actually going to be doing a class called Progressing Ballet Technique. And this is a class I just recently got certified in. It's a cross-training idea for ballet dancers and all dancers. So we're using a yoga ball. You want to make sure your yoga ball, when you sit on your ball, your knees are at a right angle. And you probably want to be barefoot or something like that. So you don't need a lot of things for this. And let's see, we're going to do a bunch of exercises that are going to really help us find our turnout and help us use our hip bones properly. So you all know my classes are really hip bone based lately. So yeah, enjoy. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our feet up on the yoga ball with some bent knees. If you're hyperextended, you want the yoga ball closer to you. If you are not hyperextended, they can be a little bit further away. So we're going to lay down on the floor. Our arms are going to be in the second position. Okay, you can have maybe just your middle fingers touching the floor. We're going to hinge up so our body is in a nice straight line. So we want to make sure our hips are not falling too far down or pushing too far up. So just nice and straight. Think about elongating your neck. And we're going to bring our arms through preparatory up to first position and open to second position. We're going to bring our right arm in on 1, change 2, change 3, hold 4, and left and right and left, hold and right, left, right, hold. We're going to open our arms, lower our hinge down, and then bring it back up and prepare again. Then we're going to repeat the exercise starting with our left arm. The whole idea is that we want to keep our yoga ball as stable as possible. If your ball is twisting around, try to really focus on keeping those hip bones nice and parallel and in a neutral position. So we're going to do that with some music. All right. Here we go.
Should we be facing side maybe? I don't know.
From. It's not playing now. Here we go. We're going to push up and prepare with your arms. Right arm in, 1. Left arm. Right arm. Hold. Left. Right. Left. Hold. Right. Left. Right. Hold. Lower the hinge. And push up. Is just to really establish our hip bones, and I'm sure we can feel it. Our hips are like all over the place. These exercises are so great because a lot of times in ballet class it's super hard to find that flat hip bones, and so this way you're not putting a lot of pressure on your body, but you're challenging yourself to really feel it internally. So great exercise. I think we are going to turn sideways on an angle because I think it's easier for everyone to follow us if we're kind of diagonal. So let's try it this way. Maybe we'll give you a few options. So we're going to start again This time our feet are going to be just slightly outside of the ball. So we're going to start with our knees a little bit bent and stay closer to your hamstrings. So again, we're going to have our hands open. I would say for this exercise, keep your hands flat on the floor in almost like a second position with your arms. So on the preparation, we're going to hinge back up just like the first exercise. We're going to push our legs up. Again, think about just having one nice straight line. Our legs are going to be parallel, so we're going to flex 1, 2, stretch our toes 3, 4, flex and stretch and flex and stretch. We're going to lower the hinge down, lower, then we're going to turn our legs out and push back up. So now we're repeating that in a turned out position, flex and stretch and flex and stretch and flex and stretch, lower the hips, turn in and push up. And so we're going to keep repeating that. Try and make sure while you're up here, in between flexing and stretching, you're keeping this hinged position nice and stable and not letting your tush drop and go back up. Okay, so we're going to try that with some music. Here we go. Fairly easy to do. You can always, if you revisit this video, you can always do it with your arms in first position the whole time, as opposed to your arms being in second, touching the floor, and that will add a little more difficulty to it. Okay, so for this next exercise, this is what we call a posture check exercise. So we're going to actually sit right on top of our ball. So we'll face directly on the camera for this. So we're going to sit on the ball. We want to kind of be in the center of our ball and focusing on having a really nice straight posture. Your ball, everyone, should be inflated enough that your knees can be about 90 degrees at like this 90-degree angle. So we're just going to start with our arms in a demisecond. We're going to lift our right foot, lift and flex and stretch and lower. And again, if you're not holding your hips square, you're going to feel all of this rolling around. Lift and flex and stretch and lower and lift and flex and stretch and lower. We're going to hold and turn out. Then we're going to take our right foot again. When we're in our turned out position, we're going to lift, come to coupe, stretch, lower back down to first. Lift and coupe and stretch, lower to first and lift and coupe and stretch and first. Hold that position, turn in, and then we're going to repeat the whole thing starting with the left foot. So we do it once in parallel, starting right foot, then we turn out, once and turn out, and then repeat it, turned in, left, turned out, left. Good? Yep, good, let's do it.
Do you have your feet together or like slightly apart?
Just slightly apart.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. challenge to it, you can always repeat it using a nice arm, a nice port de bras as you do it. Okay? All right, so our next exercise, I think we're gonna face on this diagonal here. This is an attitude exercise. So we're gonna stand up, we're gonna put our right foot in attitude, our right leg's gonna be in attitude. We're gonna rest our foot on the ball. Just be really aware of how your foot is, so we're not letting our ankle sickle. We wanna be just on the little baby toe with a nice stretched foot, like you would in your ballet class. So we can do this, you can do this with your hands on your waist, you can do this with your arms in first, you can do it with your arms in second. Let's say our arms are gonna be in second, so we're gonna plie in attitude and stretch, and plie and stretch, and plie and stretch. On the fourth plie, we're gonna extend the leg and bring it back. Okay, we're gonna do that twice to the right. The third time, the second set, the third time, we're gonna stretch so we can just roll our ball over and place our left foot on, so we're not losing some time there. So again, the second set will be plie, stretch, extend, stretch, and roll it on over to change. Okay, good. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna plie in the attitude. Plie 1, stretch 2, plie 3, plie 5. Now this last time, stretch your leg as you plie, bring it back to you. Plie 1, stretch, plie. Change on the third set. Where's the shape? There, yeah, keep that ankle right there, that shape. Especially when you bring it back. Yeah. Stretch. Yeah. Arabesque exercise because we all know that when you think about ballet, you think about arabesque. And this is super fun. So we're gonna start with the ball right on our belly, or our belly on the ball. And our hands are gonna be out. Make sure your fingertips are facing directly front, not side or turned in. Okay? We're gonna extend our legs to fifth position. So you kind of want to play with your ball to see how far forward you need to be. You could be a little bit closer to your thighs than your stomach. You just also want to make sure your back stays nice and supported and flat. So we're going to lift our leg. 1, down, 2, 3, down, 4, 5, down, 6. Just a little change, beat change, and hold. And then we're going to go to the left. All right, why don't we have us face diagonal so that people can see that change. So it's almost like a little changement when you change legs. All right, so we're going to do it to the right and then to the left and then right and left again. Okay. The 4 sets. All right. Let's try to kick your right. Yeah, pretty good. That looks good. So we're going to lift the leg to Arabesque. 1, Yeah, these are really great for an alternative to a ballet bar too, if you're just kind of looking for something new. Okay, so we are going to now do an exercise that's really great for Petit allegro. So we're gonna start, let's be diagonal. We're gonna start with our legs up on the ball, just like we did in that flex stretch exercise. So our legs are gonna be here. We're gonna start with our legs in attitude position. And again, we're gonna push our hips and hinge them up, and our arms are gonna be in first position. If this is really difficult to hold that position, you can always bring your arms to second, holding onto the floor, or second off the floor. Any alternative is good. So we're going to do the flex and stretch like we did. We're going to flex, 2, stretch, 2, flex, 2, stretch, 2. We're going to draw the ball towards us like we're plieing, turning our legs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then throwing our leg out. Throw it out. Hold there. Then we repeat it. Flex and stretch. Thinking about our hips staying nice and flat. And stretch. You have nice 4 counts to pull it in. So go slow. 2, 3, 4. Push it out. And stay. All right. So we're going to do that with our music. All right. Here we go. Variations of tempo, and everyone, once you get used to doing these exercises, you could also do this to your favorite music. It doesn't have to be ballet music. Just happen to like the ballet music, but yeah, you could do it to I don't know, whatever you all listen to. I don't know any of that, but okay, so that's great. Yeah, and you really get a good sense of like pushing, just like you will in your Petit allegro. Okay, so we're gonna now do a Developé exercise. So let's also be on this angle. So we're going to start in 5th position with our feet on top of the ball. Now this becomes a little more tricky in holding your ball steady with your hip bones nice and flat. So we're going to keep our hands on the floor for this exercise. In your 2nd position on the floor. So we're just going to have our arms in second. We're just going to push up on 7, 8. We're going to draw the foot up to passe. 1, 2. We're going to bring it back down to 5th. 3, 4. Draw it up. 5. 6, bring it down. 7, 8, draw it up. 1, 2, extend all the way up. 3, 4, lower. 5, 6, we're going to hold. 7, 8. So we're going to do that twice on the right, and after we come back to 5th, after the Developé, the 2nd time we're just going to slowly, carefully change to our 5th. With the left foot front, we're going to do it to the left. So we'll do it twice on the right before we change to the left.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's do it. We're all going to be in such good shape. All right, here we go. And let's just do one more little Petit allegro exercise before we do a quick cool down. So we're gonna prepare just like we did for our Arabesque. So we're gonna be on the diagonal. We're gonna have the ball right underneath our stomach. Our hands are gonna be here. We're gonna be in this 5th position. We're just gonna do a little Royale. So Royale and hold. Royale and hold. Royale and hold. Royale and hold. Échappé. Second, close left. Second, close right. Second, close left. Just hold. And then repeat to left. Royale, hold, Royale, hold, Royale, hold, Royale, hold. Second, and close, and second, and close, and second, and close, and hold. Good?
Yes.
Okay, so really try and think about squeezing your tops of your thighs and your inner thighs together when we do these little royales. All right. Here we go. So we're going Royale and change, hold and change, hold and change, hold and change. Second, close. Maybe roll your ball forward a little. Second, now we go second, close 5th. Yeah, so we could do royales, we could do entrecôte, we could do entrecôte, or we could jeté instead of échappé. There's all kinds of different petit allegro steps you can kind of interchange in there. Okay, we're just going to do a quick cool down. That'll feel great. So we're going to put our ball underneath our knees. Our arms are going to be in second. We're just going to twist our ball with our knees to one direction and then just twist to the other side. And we're just going to do that 4 times. So we're going to do 4 counts to each side.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Hopefully that's just a sort of beginner look of, actually this is a class, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video, this is a class I'm going to be bringing to the studio this summer for our summer session. So if you do some of these exercises, then when you come into the class you'll be like, hey, that looks familiar and I know that a little bit. So yeah, have fun. Enjoy.